I'm sure you've all seen the commercials on TV where they're removing giant plastic sheets off of Mount Rainier. Or how about the commercial where the girl walks into the kitchen and she stumbles on 1,000 water bottles just to get a drink of water? Or when the TV talks about how many bottles of water we use each year, and they say that if we stack them up just like this, they could reach from here to the moon and back again a couple hundred times. Or about how if they wrapped around the earth a couple hundred times. That's a lot of water bottles. These are just a few examples that television is using to try and get our attention about a problem that is going to affect our future. My name is Joseph Spellman, and I'm going to talk to you today about how much bottles of water we use each year, how much it costs, some safer alternatives, and some drastic measures being taken by others to prevent our future from being affected by it. And in the hopes that we can start doing our part now. How much bottles of water do we use each year? And how much does it cost? According to treehugger.com, every second 1,500 bottles of water are used. That's over 50 billion bottles of water a year. Now, what are we actually paying for in the cost of a bottle of water? According to cleanair.org, 90% of the cost of one bottle of water goes into its shipping, bottling, and marketing value. That's pretty crazy because you're just paying for the plastic and not paying for the water itself. And bottles of water cost 1,000 times more than tap water. And 90% of bottles of water are made up of tap water. So what sense does that make? Also, according to treehugger.com, 2 liters of tap water costs about 50 cents per year. That's a lot of money that can be saved here. Okay. Now, let's talk about some safer alternatives instead of using bottled water. Here I'll have a few examples and I'll show you some safer alternatives, and I will tell you about some. Right here I have in my hand, this is a plastic bottle of water, but this is a reusable bottle of water. This is a bottle of water that you can store in your fridge and take it anywhere you want to go and bring it right back home with you, and you don't have to throw it out. Some benefits that it has would definitely have to be the filter. It comes with a reusable filter, and they are interchangeable, and you have to change them out about every 90 days. But they're pretty good use. They don't take up that much room, and they filter out the tap water that you're about to drink. Another great idea and safe alternative for instead of using bottled waters is a Brita water filter pitcher. Basically, you just put it under your sink faucet, fill it up, and store it in your refrigerator. You can chill it, keep it cold. And then here on the top of the pitcher, I know it's kind of hard to see, but it's a little indication of a green, yellow, and red light. And green means that the water is good to go. Yellow means that you will soon have to change out your filter. And red means that your filter needs to be changed now. Another good bottle of water alternative is just a random jar of water that you can take with you. Okay, this one doesn't have a filter, but it does cost a lot less than the ones with the filters, and you don't have to reuse the filters. Okay. Some sink filters. Sink filters are like the pure filters, and Brita makes a couple. You just attach them to your faucet, you just turn on the sink, and it filters it as it comes out of the faucet. Now these are pretty good because you don't take up any space in your refrigerator. You just bring your cup to it, and you can also control the temperature of the water that comes out of the faucet. And lastly, some drastic measures that are being taken by people in society today. According to Mother Nature News, over 90 colleges nationwide have banned the use and sale of plastic bottles of water. Now that's pretty crazy. The colleges are now also installing kind of like a soda fountain, but it goes on top of an average water fountain, and you just put your bottle of water underneath it, and it fills up your bottle of water, and you're good to go. Okay, and it's free. It doesn't cost anything. So with the money that they spend on bottled water, they put into this, and it has saved a lot of money to colleges, and more colleges are getting on board with this program. And also, the city of San Francisco, I thought this was kind of unique when I did my research, that the city of San Francisco has banned the use of bottles of water in public events that have over 100 people in it. That's pretty surprising. And lastly, this brings me to my conclusion. I want you all to ask yourself a few questions before I leave you today. Is the convenience of water bottles really worth the damage it does to our environment? Is it worth using up all of our fossil fuels? Is it worth building upon pyramids of landfills, which take away from the land that we intend to leave to our children? Now, I have provided you with a few safer and much more proactive alternatives in the usage of plastic bottles. So let's not just talk about it. Let's do what we can now and save our future. Thank you.
Good.